Hi, I'm going to go over the City of Chicago Data Portal as a potential tool for the science fair. So this is it, the City of Chicago Data Portal, and you get there by going to data.cityofchicago.org. And there are lots of different data sets here. The city puts the most popular ones, the ones that are requested most regularly, here on the front page. And a really good introduction to them is the towed vehicles list, which is down here, number 22. There's a search feature up above, but here it is in the front page, so I'll just click on it. If I click on it, what I get to is this large spreadsheet looking thing that has the date, the make, style, color, plate, state, towed to address, all kinds of information about vehicles that have been towed. And wow, that's a lot of information. I wonder if I could do something with that. So what I'm going to do is export it for Excel, so CSV for Excel, and this file downloads. And I'm going to open that file in Excel, and I can see here all my information ported over. Today, on the 15th, a 4-door Acura, that's gray with this license plate, was towed to 400 East Lower Wacker. Go get your car. Now, all this information's here. I can look at this and start to ask questions like, wow, look at all those different makes of car. I wonder, which one we tow the most. So a good way for me to answer that is to make a pivot table. So I'm going to highlight all of this information here, and I'm going to go over here to Insert, and I'm going to go to Pivot Chart, and Table, and this is asking me where I want it. Do I want it in a new worksheet? And I do. So here, this is the bare bones of it. And these 4 things down here, filters, axis, legend, values, what they do is they give me a way to organize information. Whatever goes in the values area is what can be counted on my y-axis. So if I bring inventory number down here, that's something that's unique to every tow. That's going to be what's goes up on my y-axis. Cool. So what do I want to look at that in relationship to? How about I go for the make of the car? So if I click on make right there, it all of a sudden categorizes all 4,600 of those towing events into the different kinds of cars that were towed. And one of the things that you might be able to see is that you got a pretty big spike right here. It's over 800, and that seems to go along with our Chevy. So we got this nice little table that goes with the chart. So Chevys get towed 824 times over the 90 days that this data was collected, and that's interesting. I can also look at, I can further break this down by something like color. So if I click on color, now on the left-hand side, you can see all the Acuras, and they're broken down by color. I've got 13 black cars, 11 gray cars, 3 green cars. That's kind of neat, but this chart's just a mess. So I can filter this chart by clicking on this thing down here, maybe typing in Chevys, and now I'm going to look at just the colors for Chevys that were towed over these 90 days. And we can see here that a bunch of black Chevys are towed, a bunch of white Chevys are towed, some gray ones, some red ones, some silver ones. So a lot of different Chevys end up getting towed, different colors. And I wonder if, for all cars, if they reflect kind of the same colors. And so if I unclick Make, and now I'm just looking at the colors, the graph didn't change all that much. That is, I didn't get some peak that I wasn't seeing before. But I did see some things redistribute a little bit. And now I can look and see all the cars that get towed, how are they doing it by color. If I get rid of that and put in by date, I can see that we had a pretty significant increase as we went towards the last couple of weekends. And that, again, is kind of interesting. We've increased our towing activity. So the last thing that's interesting to look at is if I get rid of that and look at the towed to address, I can see that we only towed 4 locations, and we really, from those 4, only towed 2 locations, South Doty and North Sacramento. Both pieces of interesting information. The thing I want to get across is that this data portal has lots of information on it. Okay, solar radiation at Chicago beaches, water temperatures from various buoys, crime statistics, and things like that. One of the hardest things in a science fair project is getting data. And one of the things you can look at is, well, there's lots of data out there. It's already very publicly available, so why not use it? I hope you've enjoyed looking through this. You can explore a lot of things here, and just being able to use Excel in this way is a really good skill. Hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and my Twitter information is following.